There are a lot of iconic shots in moviedom, and Screen Junkies thought it would be fun to try to overanalyze, study, and deconstruct each one until they've completely lost their magic. This is Double Take. Home Alone. It's one of the most beloved family films of all time, and if you're in Poland, it's an annual Christmas tradition. That's actually true, they love it over there, and the internet really wants to tell you about it. One of Home Alone's most iconic scenes, of course, is the aftershave scene, where Kevin applies some stinging liquid, looks in the mirror, and screams.
I took a shower washing every body part with actual soap, including all my major crevices, including in between my toes and in my belly button, which I never did before but sort of enjoyed. I washed my hair with the Don't Formula shampoo and used cream rinse for that Just Wash shine. I can't seem to find my toothbrush, so I'll pick one up when I go out today. Other than that, I'm in good shape.
There it is. So, let's get into it. Kevin is played by Macaulay Culkin. He got this gig because he was in another John Hughes film, the John Candy classic Uncle Buck.
Where do you live?
In the city.
Do you have a house?
Apartment.
On a rent?
Rent.
What do you do for a living?
Lots of things.
Hughes wrote both movies and directed Uncle Buck and was very impressed by Macaulay, who they called Mac, as an actor. So he recommended him to Home Alone director Chris Columbus.
I'm Shanice Kowalski. I'm Uncle Buck's friend.
May I see your driver's license, ma'am?
This one scene of Mac interrogating babysitter Shanice is apparently what inspired the entire Home Alone screenplay. Rumor has it that Hughes wrote the entire film in a single weekend. Another screenplay about unwanted house guests written in a weekend? Mother! Still, Columbus insisted on auditioning over 100 actors before finally selecting Macaulay to play Kevin. He claimed he didn't want it to look like he was John Hughes' puppet. No one seemed that worried about Molly Ringwald being Hughes' puppet. She starred in 3 John Hughes classics. John Candy also appeared in both Uncle Buck and Home Alone, and shot his entire Home Alone role in a single 23-hour day. This bit, totally improvised, right at the end of the shoot.
There he was. Apparently he was there alone all day with a corpse.
John Candy, a GD legend. Okay, back to the scene at hand.
I washed my hair with the Don't Formula shampoo and used cream rinse for that Just Wash shine.
There's really no issue with kids using adult shampoo. The only difference is that children's shampoo products are designed to burn less if you accidentally get them into your eyes. But much like the rest of adulthood, adult shampoos are designed for optimal burn. Most pediatricians suggest that you can switch over between ages 8 and 10, just when growing up starts to suck. So Kevin's right on track for this change.
I can't seem to find my toothbrush, so I'll pick one up when I go out today.
Obviously, he can't find it because his mom packed it for him.
Is this toothbrush approved by the American Dental Association?
The scene where Kevin goes to buy a replacement toothbrush was actually the first day of shooting on Home Alone. It's also while walking back home from buying the toothbrush that Harry and Marv almost hit Kevin with their van. That's what inspires them to track him down and eventually realize that he's home alone. So if you think about it, the whole movie is motivated by this missing toothbrush. Home Alone was shot by cinematographer Julio Macat, and it would not be the last memorable bathroom scene on his resume.
Do not go in there. Woo!
Julio's still working today. His most recent job? Daddy's home too. Look, a gig's a gig. There's a later Home Alone scene set in the same bathroom where Kevin lip syncs to himself in the mirror.
Dreaming of a white Christmas.
Before he does the scream again. There was only one bathroom scene in the script. Columbus just shot 2 versions, figuring he'd decide which one to use later. But he liked them both, so they both stayed in. So how do they shoot these scenes while keeping the camera out of the mirror? Usually you'll notice that mirrors are angled so that the camera can stay just out of view. But sometimes it can be trickier. In the director's cut of Terminator 2, James Cameron wanted a tracking shot behind Linda Hamilton while she removed the T-800's chip. He had a set built that was actually a window, not a mirror. On the other side, a complete mirror image of the set. Schwarzenegger and Linda faced the camera, while an Arnold puppet and Linda's twin sister sat with their backs to the camera, mimicking all the moves of their counterparts. And that didn't make the theatrical cut. That's ridiculous. Home Alone didn't go with this trick, even though there were plenty of spare Culkins on set available. Kevin's cousin Fuller is played by his brother Kieran, who would later star in Igby Goes Down with Jeff Goldblum. Most viewers assume that Kevin is using aftershave, but in the DVD commentary, Chris Columbus says it's cologne. Now, the scene implies that Kevin is applying aftershave, but not that he's actually shaved his face. If you didn't recently shave and didn't have any open cuts on your face, aftershave wouldn't sting. And that means, as of right now, you are officially smarter than this movie. Congratulations. Doesn't that feel good? I know I feel good. Okay, where was I? Oh, back to the scene. The shot of Kevin splashing whatever it is on his face became massively iconic, but it wasn't even supposed to look that way. In the script, Kevin puts the aftershave on, then moves his hands off his face, and then screams. Macaulay just left his hands on his face when they were shooting, and Columbus liked it and left it in. He said it reminded him of the Edvard Munch painting, The Scream. Because Home Alone, like all holiday movies, is about existential dread turning into panic. So yeah, I see the likeness. It was then Fox chairman Joe Roth's idea to put the Scream face on the actual poster. But it was also his idea to make Hollywood Homicide. So you either die the hero or you live long enough to become the villain. The whole scene ends with a shot from outside Kevin's house. This actual house is 671 Lincoln Avenue in Illinois. It provides all the exteriors and some interiors as seen in the film. In 2012, the house sold for $1.585 million, and that is a lot of plain cheese pizzas.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
The neighborhood's Trinity United Methodist Church is also the church where Kevin goes on Christmas Eve. That's where he meets Old Man Marley, played by Roberts Blossom. Blossom was in over 10,000 movies. Okay, not that many, but he was in a lot of friggin' movies. Hey! Nearby Hubbard Woods Park is the park we see Kevin running through after he accidentally steals that damn toothbrush. Actually, hang on, have we talked about that toothbrush? Because if you think about it, that's the toothbrush that he's going to get when the Wet Bandits see him, and that's why they follow him, and that is, I mean, it's like the inciting incident of the entire... We've talked about that? Okay, well then in that case, I'm tapped. I got nothing else to say about this scene. I am off to clean my belly button, which I've never done before, but sort of enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.